A very warm welcome to one and all on our session this morning. As you may be aware, we are having three sessions every day on this same YouTube channel and the Zoom link. These sessions are all for new seekers to learn and understand more about Sahaj Yoga, get to know the basics. What is it that we are talking about here? Just an introductory sort of session. And these sessions are at 8 in the morning and 4:15 in the afternoon and 7:45 p.m. in the evening. All these sessions are, all of them are in Hindi. Only one session on Sunday morning we started in English for seekers who requested to understand in other languages as well. So these are the regular ones. There's one more session that 5:30 p.m. In the evening. That is at 5:30 p.m. in the evening. This is for seekers who have now understood the basics and now want to go deeper into meditation. So that is again held daily. So the seekers who have now understood vibrations and chakras and nadis and a little bit of experience is now settled in, they can attend those sessions at 5:30 p.m. as well. So in the session right now, what we'll do is just briefly talk about what is Sahaj Yoga. And there are basic questions in our minds that why should we practice? How is it different? How do I benefit and all of that? So all that gets covered very briefly in this talk. And then we talk about our internal subtle system a little bit because that's important when we meditate. Also, then we go for the most important thing, that is the self-realization experience right here and now. And after that, if you have any questions or you want to discuss something, you can do that by joining the Zoom link or by leaving your questions on the YouTube chat itself. So now let's start without any further delay. Sahaj Yoga. This is you can call it an organization or a meditation methodology or whatever you like, but that is started by Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi in 1970. Her photograph you can see right behind. So in 1970, she started by giving realization to one person and then trying it out with few more. The idea behind was to give amas realization. That is, many thousands and lakhs of us get self-realization, not just one or two. That has been the case in the past, as we've heard of. So today, Sahaj Yoga is practiced in about 150 countries, and people of all religion, caste, race, etc., practice Sahaj Yoga. In Sahaj Yoga, you don't have to give up anything. There's no running away from our daily household lives or anything like that. We just have to practice it by meditating morning and evening for a few minutes. Also, Sahaj Yoga is completely free of cost. There's no charge involved. There's nothing you can pay for something that is so invaluable, as Shrimataji puts it. Other than that, there's no course as such. So there's nothing that you have done now 15 days or few months of course, and now you're a certified Sahaj Yoga. This is something to be learned and experienced on your own. You yourself would know for sure, like hot and cold on your central nervous system. That is how you know that yes, this is so, this is the truth. Now I have got my self-realization. And you practice it and you grow yourself. There's no outside involvement as such. Having said that, we go in collective meditations weekly for our growth and involvement and betterment of Sahaj Yoga and ourselves. So, what is it? What is Sahaj Yoga really? Sahaj Yoga is nothing new. It is the same old, ancient, historical, and our own that we have heard of for so long. This great knowledge has been in this great country of ours for very long now. And it has been talked about secretively, not given to the public, but as such, it has been there. We have heard of so many saints and sages who were realized, and it's the same old dharohar, as we call it, our great heritage. that we now have to seek. The only thing is that it is also very novel, in a way that it was never amas. Self realization was always meant for one or two people, not more. One guru who would get it after ages of hardships and penances and tapasya, he would select one out of many who would come to him. And after a lot of penances and tapasyas being done by all of them and selection, and then this one he selects, he gives that self realization to one. So we had one guru, one disciple sort of tradition in our great country. And somehow this was never talked to about in detail to the public. I believe they never thought that the public would understand and they are worthy of it, and such thought processes were there. Having said that, some saints wrote about it. For example, Gyaneshwar in his Gyaneshwari Gita is a great saint of Maharashtra, wrote one whole chapter on Kundalini awakening because in Gita there's no mention of Kundalini as such. Shri Krishna has talked about being Sthit Pragya and such things are given, but how to achieve that is through Kundalini, as he explained. This is the force that awakens within us and connects us with the divine. So, but then the pundits of those times said that this is not allowed to be read. You should not. Nobody's nishiddha. Nobody can read this, because once you read it, then you ask about it, then the pundits and the priests do not know how to answer. And that has been the case throughout. Many poets and great seers also try to talk about it. When Kabira said Surti Chade Kaman, he was referring to Kundalini. He said Ida Pingla Sukman Nadi. He's described the nadis and everything. Also in Patanjali, the book that we know of, the first, I would say, on yoga, so deeply describing everything is described, all chakras, nadis, Kundalini, everything. So this has been there. Somehow it has not been in the public because it's not considered something that the public can take to in their household lives. As we know that getting to such things was always meant for people who were taking to hills and dales of Himalayas and all of that. But Shrimati says now the time has come for the general public, amas, for people to get it. And that is how Sahaj Yoga was born. Sahaj Yoga, the word that is coined, has many connotations to it. Saha means with, Ja means born, something that is born with us, within us, so innate that is all it is all built in within us. So we do nothing for it. We do nothing and we get it easily. Sahaj means easy. Sahaj also means spontaneous, something that happens on its own. We do not do anything about it. It's something so spontaneous and natural that it happens on its own. It's like a living process. Every living process inside us happens on its own. For example, we breathe. We don't read books about it. Food digests on its own. A seed put into the Mother Earth grows, becomes a tree. The flowers come out spontaneously, become fruit spontaneously. And again, the seeds come out. So that everything in this world that is a living process, all living processes are done by God. They are all spontaneous. Similarly, the yoga within us that is to happen, that is the connection with the divine, actually, we cannot do anything about it. The divine has to do it. Only the divine has the power to do it, which is why this is sahaj, this is spontaneous. Yoga means divine, connection with the divine. It means union. So, literally, that's the Sanskrit word for doing sums, this plus this, yoga. So, that is how the word Sahaj Yoga was coined by Shri because there's absolutely nothing one can actually do about it. It happens by the grace of someone who's realized. Only they can give us realization, and that has been how we know it in the past as well. Just the method has changed in a way that it has now become available for all of us. That again becomes a very tricky question for us that how is it that we can get it? This is if we are talking about something so great, this is definitely not for me. I'm just looking for some peace of mind or some problems being solved, and some family issues, or so these are sort of things, physical problems, and just so stressed out with my life and work and all of that and competition that I just want some relief, and that's how coming to meditation. Not really bothered about so many things and all of this yoga and all, but that's what people don't understand. We look for solutions that are one-sided. For example, we may think that, physical exercises will give me some relief, or some art forms, or some breathing exercises, and all of those kriyas will give me, because these are all very outward things. These are all one can do on the outside. Doing these things on the outside does not change you from the inside. From the inside, something has to happen that transforms you holistically, that makes you anew completely. And that happening is something that is what we are talking about here. So, doing these outward things and small things doesn't do it for you. So, you have to get to your roots if you want to treat the tree. That is the fact of the fact. And that is, we are talking about the roots here. These roots are what we have to get to. If you really want to make ourselves better, this human life that we've achieved, we have to make meaning out of it, then this is the way to do it. This is how we evolve and we further ourselves. Evolution till now has happened when we didn't know it. For example, from animals stage to human stage, it happened on its own. After becoming humans, our evolution has happened in our awareness. We know so much more now. As humanity, we know this is right, this is wrong. We've done so much with science and art, and we've achieved immense stuff. Now, the last breakthrough is still left. One can understand this by looking at the world. Even if you pick up any day's newspaper, you will be shocked to hear some of the news that you hear. Then you wonder, is this what God made us for? Are we just going to be like this? Because human beings are capable of so much wrong. So then, if we are the creation's epitome, it's said that human beings are the highest in the creation, then surely this is not it. This is not what he meant for us to be. Because there is one last leg still left, and that is our self realization. That is this last breakthrough. That is what is to be achieved by our mass, not just one or two people. One or two people achieving it does not give the world anything. Those one or two people who achieve it also have tried a lot to explain to the rest of us, and the rest of us just don't get it. Kabir said, "Kaise samjhaun sab jagan tha." How do I explain? The whole world is blind, because we could not see what they would see. And thus, all these saints, sages, and incarnations that came on this earth were tortured and tormented by us. Our egos did not allow us to stand uh, in front of them and hear what they were saying and just accept that, we don't know what they know. And this is the problem that so many saints and sages faced. We know of the stories where they were poisoned, crucified, and what all Gyaneshwara we talked about, he took Jal Samadhi at the age of 21. They were all tortured because, as Shree Mataji explains it, we are, let's say, born on the ground floor. Somebody is born on the 10th floor. Then they can see a world which we cannot. And then they would talk about a world which we do not understand. And the people on the ground floor would not accept it and would fight with him. And that's how this difference always remains. But let's say there's a way to raise the people from the ground floor to the first floor. Then from there, they can see what the world truly is, maybe some glimpse of it. And that is the method of Sahaja, wherein first get a little light, and in that you can see, and then start correcting yourself, and then grow further. So that is how this great happening happens and uh, opens up a new dimension for us. It is also described in many, many scriptures, and in all religions, there is a promise of a time of the future where we will get our action and realization, and so many other words are used for it. For example, Bhrigu Samhita was written 14,000 years ago by Bhrigu Muni, is the father of astrology in our country. And he said that a time would come, and the time translates to 1970 in our modern calendars, where people living in their households would get it. And they'll get their self realization, and then a very beautiful time is explained. In a book called Nal Damayanti Akhyan, it's described where the king Nal catches hold of Kali, whose yuga we live in, and says that you are so horrible, your time will come and people will suffer so much. I should just kill you right here and now. Kali said, go ahead, O great king, but first listen to my importance. The king said, what could be your importance? And he said that when my time will come, people living in today who are living in hills and dales and searching for God will be born as household people and will get their self realization. Listening to this, the great king left him be. And that's how the time has now come. The promised time in many, many scriptures is here. But how will we know it? That yes, this is so. That yes, we've got your self realization. That yes, this is how it is going to be. There's no way to know it except by experiencing it. The problem with us is that we don't know what to expect. Um, let's say somebody comes and um, talks about some chanting of the mantras and says that, let's say, you will focus on some light and you'll see a light inside, and that is realization. Problem is, we don't know what is realization, how to achieve it. So, first of all, let's say what is not realization. Um, Reading, chanting, breathing exercises, physical yoga asanas, these are not going to get you to self realization. Only a realized soul can give you self realization. What happens when you get self realized? Now, we'll understand that a bit more with the chart that is coming up. That chart will talk about our internal circle system and then talk what happens when the Kundalini awakens. So, that will give us a fair idea of what to expect. Unless and until that is clear of what we need to expect, we won't be able to figure out if I've got my self-realization or not. So self-realization is described as getting our knowledge, the true knowledge, the knowledge of the self, to getting to know the self for the first time. That is what is self-realization, at least in description. But how do I understand? People today talk about chakras and nadis a lot. And you would hear people saying that, oh, I've come to this chakra now, and I'm really working on that. How do you know? How can one know? There is no way to know. It's like we're all in the dark. Somebody can say, I've got a chair here. Okay, so you can sit on it, or it is not a chair at all. And then when he tries to sit, he just falls down. In the darkness, you're holding to a rope, and somebody says, oh, it's a snake. You'd say, how do you know? Until the snake bites, you don't know. So we don't know really. It's really the darkness right now out there. And there's no way for you to know. If a person comes in front of you and dresses up like a sadhu and all, you just go to their feet and accept that this is a realized person. He may do some tantrums or show you some tricks and all, and you feel that, oh, truly, that's a miraculous person. So this is the problem right now. We do not know what to expect. And even if a divine person comes in front of us, we'll not know. Like there's a doha written by Tulsidas where he says that he is putting Chandan Tilak on everybody in Chitrakoot who comes, and even Raghunandan comes and he puts the Tilak and he doesn't know. He's trying to tell us that we do not know how to recognize divinity and falsehood. That knowledge has to come from within. And once again, I say that it has to come as hot and cold, 100% sure that yes, this is so and not so. On our central nervous system. It cannot be make believe and just imaginatory and all of that. No, it has to be perfect 100%. I know this is so. So how does that happen? How can I know that? How can that happen? Let's see. When we were in our mother's womb, the energy that created us entered from the top of our head, fontanelle bone area here. And this, is a soft bone in kids. It even pulsates in very newly born kids. The energy entered and it refracted into three parts. Our brain is sort of a prism entity, and that's how the light refracts in prism, And this refraction happens, this energy is distributed into three parts. The one coming from the right goes to the left, which is shown in the blue color here. It is called as the Ida Nadi, the moon channel, the channel of our desires, the channel of our emotions, the channel of our past. All of our past is stored here. People who are very emotional think of the past too much, work on. We understand in Sage Yoga going to extremes leads to troubles and imbalances. So, example, somebody is working too much on this channel, then they get imbalances and physical problems and mental problems of this channel, which are again a lot of description required. We'll not do that today. Similarly, one coming from the left goes to the right. It is in yellow. It is called as the Pingala Nadi, the sun channel, the channel of our action, physical action and mental action, the channel of our future. All the futuristic people who think a lot of the future, plan a lot, work on this channel a lot. So these two combined take care of our sympathetic nervous system, left and right side. The energy in the center creates these chakras, and the central channel, which is called as the Sushumna Nadi, it is the channel of our present. Now, these chakra-like, flower-like things that we see are chakras, energy centers, whatever name we call it by, and all of this creation is essentially our complete being. So, how our chakras are working out, how our nadis are working out, all of that defines completely who we are. For example, if I'm a very emotional person, that is because this channel is overworked. So the imbalances between these channels and the chakras define us completely. These are the roots of our being, of our physical being, mental being, emotional being, and spiritual being. So all of our qualities and our problems are related to these chakras. If these are put all right, all of those problems also get cured. Now, after all of this creation, the energy comes and settles almost at the end of our spine. There's a triangular bone called a sacrum bone. It's very interesting that this was given the name as sacrum. Sacrum means sacred, pavitra. So the Greeks somewhere knew that there is a sacred energy lying here. Now, after all of this creation, as we said, the energy comes and settles here. While settling, it makes 3.5 coils. Coils in Sanskrit is kundal. And this energy is our mother power, our individual mother. We all have our own individual mother who is with us in all of our lives and knows everything about us. Thus, she is called as Kundalini. Now, this comes and settles down here. The only goal that she has is that we get our second birth, our self realization. She's called as the pure energy. Also, she's the power of pure desire. All of our desires, today, let's say I have a desire that I must get a house, I must get a great job, I must get married or kids, or my kids should get married. It just doesn't end. So let's say I get one of these, then I'm not satisfied because I want the other, then the other, and the other. It is a never-ending spiral, and none of them give us the joy that we are looking out for. Very momentary stuff. So there is one desire which, when fulfilled, gives us the pure joy and the bliss that we were looking for. This is the awakening of the Kundalini itself. Now, let us see how this happens. So, as we said, the goal of Kundalini is to give us our second birth. And a realized person is called as Dvijaha, means twice born. Also, in Sanskrit, the bird is called as Dvijaha, means twice born, because first it is born as an egg, then it breaks through the eggshells and sees the world for what it really is. A completely new dimension opens up to the bird. Up until now, it had not known that world at all. That is the same case with us. Up until now, we know the world for the three dimensions that we live in. There's a completely new dimension that we have not yet touched upon. When the Kundalini is awakened, and how that happens, we'll talk about it. when the Kundalini is awakened, it passes through these six chakras and ultimately pierces through this fontanelle bone area here, the last chakra, Sahasrara. This point is also called as the Brahmarandha, means the hole to meet the Brahma. It is this place from where the Kundalini has to come out and connect us with the divine that is all pervading. We say that God is everywhere. We just say it. We don't really truly believe it and know it for sure, 100%. We know it in our hearts, maybe because we believe, but we've never felt that divine power. For the first time, we feel that divine power flowing through us. When this connection is established, the divine power, we say that Kan Kan mein Bhagwan means every molecule and atom has gone. For the first time, that power starts flowing through us and we feel it. How do we feel it? We feel it as cool vibrations on our hands. Now, why these cool vibrations? That's one of the first questions that comes to us. So, it is described by many again, but again, because this is not something that is something that can be experienced by everyone. These things, I guess, were never talked about very freely. But Adi Shankaracharya wrote a book called Saundarya Lahari, means beautiful vibrations. He named the book after vibrations only. And he says that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel Sarilam Sarilam Chaitan, means cool, cool vibrations. In Bible, it is said that when Holy Ghost will come, we'll feel the cool breeze. Unfortunately, they don't know what is the Holy Ghost. In Quran, it is said that when Qiyamah, that means resurrection time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. One can always question, how can hands speak? But we don't question that. So the hands speak. How do they speak? Is when this power starts flowing through us and the Kundalini works on these chakras, we feel the chakras on our fingertips. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on left and right. Because the channels left and right are imbalanced on particular chakras because of some reason. So they are caught up because of. So there are a lot of permutation, combination why one chakra may not be okay and need some help, etc. So for the first time, we feel the chakras on our hands. For example, I'm a very egoistic person, gets angry with everyone and always shouting and all of that. I'll always blame the others. I don't blame myself. Nobody can come and tell me because if they come, I'll hit them. But let's say I get my self-realization. And this finger then starts burning when I meditate. And I don't know what happens. I come and figure out everything is decoded in Sahaja. So this finger relates to our Agya Chakra here. And then you can figure out in Sahaj Yoga everything is freely available, that only very egoistic people or angry people get this chakra caught up. So then he understands. But he himself doesn't cure it. It's the Kundalini which slowly puts the person right. Slowly and steadily with trial and error. She does this. So that's how gradually many of our problems get resolved in Sahaj Yoga and we become better and better people when we meditate. Even physical problems tend to get all right in Sahaj Yoga because of this awakening that happens inside us. So we feel the cool vibrations on our hands. Sometimes it's hot also. You feel the fingers that are not all right, you feel a little burning or tickling or unpleasant sensation like an ant crawling and all of that. And that's how you know that these chakras are not okay. Then there are methods to cure ourselves, put our chakras all right. In Sahaj Yoga, all of that is again freely available. You learn it and you practice it and you put yourself all right. So in a way, we become our own gurus. We don't need any guru anymore. As Shree Mataji says, you become your own guru. So we know, how do I become my own guru? I first know myself completely. That is the first step, the knowing part, as he said, the knowledge. And then I know how to cure it. So I put myself all right. Then, as a realized person, you can give realization to others as well. Then you can make them their own gurus. So they learn on their own. If a person comes in front of me who's a divine person, I'll feel the cool breeze coming from them. If it is a crooked person, then I'll feel hot breeze, unpleasant sensations, chakras getting caught up on my hand. It's very plain and simple, and by experience, by daily putting it into our lives and using it, implementing it and learning from it, whether to take a decision or not, whether to go to some place or not. You can all do that by these vibrations that start flowing. So, an amazing knowledge comes to us all free of cost, and it is unbelievable that this happens to us. And that is probably one of the reasons why people do not take Sahaj Yoga seriously. It is something so amazing, so freely available that we do not truly value it. And that's how we leave it midway. But today, in our meditation now, which we'll get to now, you'll get your self realization. You just need to establish it and practice it daily at home and then go to centers nearby. Surge Yoga centers are everywhere now. One of the links given in the YouTube chat is for Surge Yoga centers all across the world. One should do their best to establish this once you get it. Now, for going into meditation, there are a few steps to be seen. We said we don't do anything about it, but there are a few steps that help us out, help our nadis and help our chakras a little bit before we get into meditation. We'll just do them before. Before doing them, we'll just see them with our eyes open right now. And later on, we'll do these steps with our eyes closed. First of all, if you're sitting on the ground, please sit. Or if you're sitting on a sofa or chair, you can put both your feet down on the ground and put them apart on the Mother Earth as it is shown here. And then open both of your palms in your lap and sit freely, not very straight, not slouching. Hmm. Also, if there's anything tight on your body, please loosen it or take it out. We'll take out our spectacles as well because we'll close our eyes in meditation. Now, first to balance ourselves, there are 2, 3 steps. These are steps that use the 5 elements. In Saj Yoga, we use the elements quite a lot because we're made out of the 5 elements. They can put us right very easily. So first we put the left hand open in our lap as it is shown here, and the right hand on the Mother Earth. Left hand in our lap, right hand on the Mother Earth. Here we'll have some prayers. Then we bring the right hand in our lap and put the left hand towards the sky like this. Right hand in our lap, left hand towards the sky. The next step, we put both the hands on the Mother Earth. So these are the balancing steps. Now we'll do the next steps only with the right hand. So the right hand is to be placed on our heart and left hand open in our lap. Left hand open in our lap, right hand to be placed on our heart. We'll have some prayers here when we meditate. And the right hand is to be placed on our forehead across and pressed from both the sides. We bend our head forward. We'll have some prayers here. The next step will push back our fingers completely and place the center of our palm at the top of our head. Push back our fingers, place the center of our palm at the top of our head, and move the hand in a clockwise direction so that the scalp also moves along with it. We're moving the hand in a clockwise direction so that our scalp also moves along with it. Next, after a while, we'll then check the vibrations coming out of our head and touching our palm. Cool vibrations we'll feel here with both the hands. And in the last step, we'll put both the hands completely up towards the sky, palms open towards the sky, and push back our head. So these are all the steps that we have to do. One may ask a question that is this enough? Doing these prayers and putting our hands on our chakras, etc., is this going to get me my self realization? So the answer to that is no. As we said, we need someone who can give it. Only then one can get their self realization. I always use this example because it makes a lot of sense. Shivaji Maharaj the Great once asked his Guru Ram Das Swami that, "Oh, great Guru," because he was a great realized soul, "how long does it take for one to get their self realization?" The Guru answered by saying, "The time you take to put one leg from one side of the horse to the other side." King was very fast, so what he meant was that shan, that very second. But you need someone who can give it and someone who can take it. We have to become the worthy ones who can take it. Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi is here who can give it to us. Her photograph is very special and it emanates those vibrations that makes this great happening possible inside us. For now, we'll leave aside all the questions and doubts in our minds and be very humbly placed towards her photograph and just have a pure desire that we want our self realization, nothing more. These questions and doubts should not hinder this great opportunity that we have of getting our realization. We look at her photograph, sit straight, not very straight, cross legged if you're sitting, put your feet apart if you are on a chair or sofa, and place them on the Mother Earth. Open your palms in your lap like we're asking for something, and loosen out anything tight, take out the spectacles. Look at Shrimataji's photograph with respect. And now slowly close our eyes. Just see what is happening inside right now. Now we'll do the steps that we had just seen. The right hand is to be placed on the Mother Earth. Left hand will keep open in a lap as it is. Right hand on the Mother Earth. Left hand open in a lap. Here we have to pray, "Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my left channel through the Mother Earth." We'll also bring our attention to our left palm. Just see what is happening here. Mother, please take out all the impurities of my left channel through the Mother Earth. Now I'll bring the right hand back into our lap and put the left hand towards the sky, bent from the elbow. Here we have to pray, "Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element." Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. We'll also bring our attention to our palms, see what is happening right now. Mother, please take out all the impurities and imbalances of my right channel through the ether element. Now we'll bring both of our hands and place them on the Mother Earth. Both the hands on the Mother Earth. You have to pray, Mother, whatever impurities and imbalances are still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, whatever impurities and imbalances are still left in my left and right channels, please take them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring us into complete balance, into present, into the center. Mother, please bring me into complete balance, to the present, into the center. Now we'll bring our hands in our lap. For the next steps, we'll keep the left hand open as it is in our lap and place the right hand on our heart. Right hand on our heart, left hand in our lap. Here is the place of the spirit inside us. We have to assert a great truth here. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am nothing else but the pure spirit. And this is the truth because this body, this mind, these thoughts, this personality, these relations, whatever I think of myself, all these are actually momentary. The only eternal thing is the spirit inside us, which is the reflection of God Almighty. So we have to say it with full confidence that Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am nothing else but the pure spirit. Now, as I am the pure spirit, I am not guilty. We keep a lot of guilt inside that I did this wrong, I did that wrong. All of this leads to one of our chakras just above the heart chakra, that is Vishuddhi, to be caught up, and we do not feel the vibrations because of that, because our hands get the nerves coming from that chakra. It's very important that we forgive ourselves, and whatever wrong we may have done, we leave it to the God Almighty, who's the ocean of love and forgiveness. And we say again with full confidence that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, by your grace, I am not guilty at all. It's very important. Say it with full confidence, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now we bring this right hand to our forehead and we press from both sides like we would in a headache and bend our head forward. Right hand on our forehead, left hand open in our lap, and place it across and press from both sides like you would in a headache and bend your head forward. Here we have to forgive everyone. To forgive everyone without remembering anybody or anything in particular. Just say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. We actually do not do anything if we do not forgive. We just play into the hands of people who we think have done us wrong. But when we forgive, God takes over. So you say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone, myself included. O God Almighty, if I have done any mistakes against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. O God, knowingly or unknowingly, if I have made any mistakes against you, please forgive me. We can rest our right hand and bring it in our lap for a while. Now, we bring the right hand at the top of our head and push back our fingers, place the center of the palm at the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone when we were kids, and press the palm. While pressing, we move the palm in a clockwise direction so that our scalp also moves along with it. While pressing the palm, we move it in a clockwise direction so that the scalp also moves along with it. Here, we'll bend our head forward. Here, we must humbly request for our self realization. Without us asking for it, we cannot get our self realization. So we have to pray, Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Saksha. Mother, please give me my yoga, my union with the divine. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Mother, please give me my self realization. Can bring the hand back into our lap. Keep both the hands open in our lap. We'll place our attention where our hand was at the top of the head. And for a few seconds, we'll sit in meditation now. We'll raise both of our hands a little bit above, up to our heart's level, and bring our attention to our palms. Just at the center of the palms, we'll feel cool breeze coming out in one hand or both the hands. It can also be hot in the beginning. We'll just watch it. Also, bring our attention to our fingertips. One or the other finger might have a burning sensation or an ant crawling sort of thing, unpleasant. These are the chakras that are not all right. Kundalini is working on these. Now, once again, we'll bring the right hand at the top of our head where we had pressed and raise it just a few inches above our head. Move it back and forth. From a particular place, we'll feel the cool breeze coming out and touching our palm. Move it back and forth to see. Now bring the right hand back into our lap and see the same thing from our left hand. Just a few inches above the top of our head. Move it back and forth. You'll feel a cool breeze coming out. It can also be hot. Just watch it. And the last step, put both the hands completely up towards the sky, palms open towards the sky, and push back your head. We'll ask one of these three questions three times. Oh God, is this the Param Chaitanya, Brahma Chaitanya? Is this the power of love of God that does everything? Is this the divine energy, cosmic energy? Any question three times. Now bring both of our hands back into our lap. We'll see that in answer to the questions, the vibrations would have improved on your hands. We'll once again keep our attention at the top of our head and for a few moments sit in meditation now. Now we can slowly open our eyes, raise our hands up to heart level again, and look at Shrimatiji's photograph. We'll see that there are no thoughts right now. Even with our eyes open, we are in thoughtless awareness. This is the first boon that we get after self realization. We'll bring both of our hands together in Namaskar and thank Shree Mataji and her Kundalini mother inside for this blissful experience. For those of us who have recently joined, I would request you to continue attending these sessions for a while, as sometimes it takes a while to really understand and grasp what is happening and to establish this experience of vibrations. Also, it is very important that we meditate daily in the morning and in the evening for 5 to 10 minutes to keep this experience established and grow more in Sahaj Yoga. You can do that by learning all these things, how to protect ourselves, how to cleanse ourselves daily, etc., by learning them from short videos available on the same YouTube channel. The link to that is given. Also, we attend regular weekly meditation sessions that are called as centers nearby, which is again very helpful in our growth. Again, these are all free of cost. You can check out the centers nearby in the link given in the YouTube chat again. There's a lot of knowledge freely available in Sahaj Yoga. Shri Mataji has given thousands of lectures in Hindi, English, and Marathi languages. Some of those lectures are curated in one of our channels. The link again is given here. You can join our WhatsApp group to learn more and more about the sessions. These sessions are all uh, shared on the groups. The link to the WhatsApp channel is given again in the YouTube chat. You can click and join any of these. As there are no questions today, we'll end the session here. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you, Sri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji.